This is demonstrated through a famous experiment in the laboratory. First, researchers had adults rate the attractiveness of hundreds of faces on a scale from 1 to 5, in order to label these photos as either attractive or unattractive. Once the faces were rated by the adults, the researchers showed these photos, one at a time, to 41 infants. They timed how long each baby stared at each photo, recording the results. If humans are not born with a preference for beauty, the babies would not be particularly drawn to the faces that were rated attractive by adults. They might stare at some photos for longer than the others, but this would be random with no clear pattern. However, the results of this experiment revealed that the babies consistently stared longer, on average, at the attractive faces compared to the unattractive faces. This means that before babies have even learned to walk, they already prefer to stare at beautiful faces. While all humans seem to have a preference for beauty, there are gender differences in the meaning of beauty and how we pay attention to it. Males pay attention to beauty and are attracted to beautiful females because mating with them produces healthy children with good genes. Females pay attention to beauty for a different reason, to focus on improving our own appearance in order to compete with other females. His is called the sexual competition hypothesis, which explains that females are naturally competitive with each other to be the best-looking female in the room, in order to attract attention from males. As a result, it is adaptive for females to never be fully satisfied with how they look and to spend a lot of time scrutinizing their appearance for flaws, looking for ways to appear more beautiful. The more beautiful a female makes herself, the more desirable she is compared to other females, and the more likely she is to win a desirable mate, eventually reproducing and passing on this behavior to her children. In this way, we can see that feeling dissatisfied with our body may be an adaptive feature that has promoted the survival of the human species throughout time. However, what may have been good for survival back during the hunter-gatherer days of human history, may not be quite as pleasant today. Body dissatisfaction is, of course, distressing, and probably not as helpful today as it was 10,000 years ago, for example. Today, we interact with many more people, which means the number of females we are competing with is much higher than it used to be. Cities with millions of people are quite different from small nomadic communities of 100 people, maximum, which means that today we have many more people to compare ourselves with, making it much more likely that we will feel dissatisfied with our appearance. Additionally, industrialization has changed our diet and our daily level of activity. While our biological programming to crave sugary, fatty foods promoted the survival of our ancestors when food was hard to come by, this craving now puts us at risk for obesity in a society where high-caloric foods are at our disposal. Even worse, humans today are the most sedentary we've ever been, in all of human history. This means that we're eating way more, and exercising way less, than we used to. This makes it harder for us to look how we want, and makes it easier for us to be dissatisfied with our bodies.